Hey, let's have a little kitchen table talk about the connection between thought and circumstance. Hey guys, Randy Gage here. I want to welcome you to another episode of Prosperity TV, and shout out to you guys who are listening to it on the Power Prosperity podcast. We put it up on both channels each week. So I want to talk about this connection between what you think about and how it affects and impacts and influences the actual results you get in your life, the health you live by, the relationships you have, the amount of income that you develop, the wealth that you're able to manifest, all of those things. I don't remember, I think it was my Prosperity Thought book, but I opened up with the story where I was sitting beside this canal in Ireland having lunch, because Ireland is like so many areas of the UK, the restaurants are all like caves. They're dark and they're filled with all this mahogany, and they have there's more windows in a submarine than those places, right? And I like bright and sunny. You see, this is my kitchen here. Like last week, I gave you the view. I had a cameraman, so we panned around and showed you. I bought this penthouse because the ceilings are higher than the other floors, right? It just, because I work at home, I want an environment because what am I doing? I'm choosing the thoughts that create my circumstances, because I know those circumstances will transform my life, shape my life. And instead of eating in some smoky, dingy pub in Ireland, I said, let me, I got something to go, and I went out and sat by the canal and, just watched the clouds go by. I believe in, and some of you wrote, I heard from some of you, hey man, I love your apartment. We had Moses last week as the guest star, and you saw a little bit of it. But you see, I believe if you create an environment around you that's harmonious, you have more harmonious thoughts. And the more harmonious thoughts you have, the more mindful of them you will be, and you're going to manifest a better life. If we go to a jail or a prison, barrio, you're going to find a lot of people who say they are victims of their circumstances. And we could go to a high-class WASP neighborhood in Connecticut. Same thing. You'll find people who say they are the victim of their circumstances. And we could go to any middle-class neighborhood, London or Leeds, Cologne or Copenhagen. We're going to find the same thing. They'll either talk about the opportunities that they were given and they're thankful and grateful for, and these people did that, or they're going to talk about the chances and the opportunities that they were denied. One person will celebrate his upbringing while another one will decry hers, right? And here's the thing, I get your status, your caste, your education, your upbringing, bringing your zip code or neighborhood. It's going to influence and affect what your situation in life. But who decides the circumstances of your life? Who's the court of last resort on that? Your parents, the environment you were raised, God, destiny, luck? No, I don't think any of it. I think the most important determination in those things is the connection between your thoughts and the circumstances you manifest. We talk about as a man thinketh a lot, James Allen. Of course, in the book he's talking about that your mind is like a garden and can be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. But in either event, it will bring forth, right? Something is going to grow in your garden. And you have to tend to the garden of your mind. And you have to ask yourself, okay, am I being mindful and thinking about things I want to manifest? Am I being mindful and protecting myself from negative influences? Am I being mindful and protecting myself against manipulation? And if you didn't see my blog last week, I had 2 or 3 posts about propaganda, fear of missing out, social media, mind manipulation that you're going to be exposed to. And it'd be worth reading if you haven't. When you really become mindful like that, you get a profound revelation, is that you are not the victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of them. Let me say that again. When you the profound realization, aha moment for you is when you're going to recognize you're not the victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your circumstances. For it is the thoughts that you give precedence to that shape your character, create your circumstances, and determine your ultimate destiny. I really believe that. And I'm empathetic. I understand some of you are in difficult environments and come from different, I came from that myself. I was broke the first half of my life. But here's the thing I want you to think about, which is the outer circumstances and environment of your life are directly connected to your inner state. The most important thing that you can learn about prosperity, in my view, is thought and character are one. Your character, which determines so much about you and everything around you, your character is determined by your thought. Nobody wakes up one day and they're in prison or divorce court or the ER at the hospital. It's the direct result of the thoughts you had up to that point. So please, be mindful. What do you think? Jump down below, give me in the comments. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a shout on the Twitter. Go out there and have an amazing day. Peace. Love you guys. Hey, Moses isn't here today, but he did want to thank those of you guys who subscribed last week and remind you guys that didn't. You need to subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel.